Today, I'm building the biggest ice skating rink Bloxburg has ever seen. Why, you may ask? Because Bloxburg added a new ice skating set, and they clearly wanted to ruin all my finances with it. So buckle up, because I'm going to be building a whole damn Olympic event. Wow! All right, y'all. If you haven't seen the new ice skating set, it's down here, and we ain't just got no boring flat skating ice anymore. We got bridges. We got ramps. We even got flipping corners. And do you know what I mean now about breaking my bank account? $4,000 each. But child, we need to start as we always do, finding the center of the plot. I looked up massive ice skating rink on Google. As you can see, a lot of them seem to have a building of some kind behind them. So I'm thinking the building can go somewhere like here. And that leaves about a 30 by 40 space for the ice skating itself. Now, I think it would literally be a criminal offense not to add the ice sculpture in the middle. And if you don't know which ice sculpture I'm referring to, it is this one. Why is it so small?
Why so small?
You know what? Size doesn't matter. Okay, maybe it matters to some people, but it doesn't matter to me.
We can simply just use like a roof of some sort.
And create a podium. Oh, there we go. And the thing is, they actually use the foil texture rather than snow or ice. And I hate the foil texture. I think it looks disgusting.
It's disgusting. It's disgusting.
If we change everything to be snow, it's actually giving me like a chill just looking at this. Like, ice skating rinks look so fun, but they must be freezing. I mean, I don't actually know for sure because sad, I've never been to one. And it actually is really sad, guys, because I got broken up with like 1 week ago and we were meant to go ice skating and now I'm not going. Anyways, let's just build it in Bloxburg instead. So I've gone for like this ring around the roses. And I guess now I just need to like fill in these gaps. If we have another scan through some of these pictures. Ooh. Maybe this close part here can be for like the expertise, not just like a random couple going on an ice skating date, which I was meant to go on.
You how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine.
So yeah, pros only please in this area here. Now I want to have a little bit more fun going on because right now it's a bit boring. I want to have some ramps up in this gap. And sorry. Did you think that was as high as it's going? Maybe in the land of basic noobs, but we're going to be having double ice skating. It's a good job I have 18 million buckaroonies, or we would be needing to rob some sort of Bloxburg bank. Here's another weird thing. I've gone to place a wall in, but it looks really weird because it's sticking out a tiny bit. So I'm thinking instead, I'm going to use some basic shapes. But unlike walls, these can actually be pushed in. And if I wanted to, I could add like a house under here for some gremlins, but no. And I know I just absolutely shaded the foil texture beyond belief. The ice doesn't have a texture, but it looks like the foil texture. That's not fair.
12 seconds later.
Maybe I spoke too soon. It's just the ice texture, guys. Now, obviously, you cannot go uphill on that unless you're literally the Hulk or the Rock or the Hulk and the Rock's child. You are not going to be skating up that. No one has that sort of strength. So instead, we're going to be like flying down and then you're going to fly it as like a gigantic cushion. And I don't know. I feel like this basic shape sort of looks kind of cushion-like. And why the hell is it so bright? I'm going to have to turn the time to auto or I literally cannot see what's going on.
5 minutes later.
And voila! We are left with two gorgeously symmetrical ice skating ramps, which already are going to look so beautiful in my thumbnail picture. How can I like interconnect all of these? Because I feel like it's going to get very confusing if I start building at like an angle. Now look how close that is to being perfect. Why you do this to me, Bloxburg? We're gonna come back to that later, all right? We're gonna come back to that later. The next thing I want to do is add in the trees. It's gonna be very important for me to have a really nice scenery going around this rink. And a good scenery starts with a good fence. So we're gonna have the grand hedge.
But obviously snowified, so I'm going to make it literally snow.
I also feel like this needs to be some sort of grand entranceway. And this is where you're gonna get your tickets. Because ain't no one waltzing into my ice skating premium rink for free.
Right, so I'm adding a little bit of concrete. I do want it to link up a bit nicer.
Now it looks like it's linked to the road, kind of. There is a massive nuclear bomb of snow in the way, but some things you just cannot change. Now back to the trees.
Yeah, we're going to use snowy trees. And not just any snowy trees, the illuminated.
Snowy spruce tree. And then part of me did wonder if I should incorporate some organic ones in here as well. I feel like they're just going to be getting in my way. Can you hear that, guys? Birds are having a fun time outside my window, aren't they? And the trees are probably going to be the hardest part of this. So I need to make sure I've got everything equals pequals. And whilst I'm placing these trees, guys, I do just want to give you a little life update. Christmas is genuinely creeping up on me. It was a few days ago I realized how close Christmas was getting. So I started bulk ordering all of people's Christmas presents and decorating the house. But it's not just my real life house I need to worry about decorating. It's my Bloxburg one. Have you guys all decorated your Bloxburg houses? You better have. You blimmin' better have. And this is getting so complicated to make these even. I'm just gonna have to hope for the best at this point.
Several months later.
And guys, okay, I haven't looked yet. This is the moment of truth. Is it gonna look mental chicken oriental? There's so many of them. How much are the... Oh my God, I just spent probably about 100 grand on those. It kind of looks good though if we make it proper daylight. That is so cute. And better still, if we make it nighttime, as you can see, it's going to be lighting this place up. As I say, this back part here is going to be the massive building. It's also going to have in there the toilets and like where you can get the ice skates from. And I probably should have placed these walls in before I placed it in a literal wall of Christmas trees. And I had many ideas of what I should make this texture-wise. And then it came to me. Ice bricks. Yeah, the vibes I'm going for is a mix between Elsa's Castle, Buckingham Palace, and the Taj Mahal, which are all very different. And so, as I say, right now, this literally looks like a flat brick wall. So it's time to add in the more castle-y turrets. And I've got to be so careful with this. I'm going to push it in just one each time and have it raise up just one each time. And if you ever can't find the arrows, guys, press the R key. And as you can see, look, it rotates them around. And oh, I forgot to do this bit over here. I'm so sorry. And what better for the roof as well, guys, than to use snow again.
As you got on each story of this Taj Mahal thing at the top, I'm going to make sure each one is a little bit darker.
Oh my God, wow, that looks so cool. My one worry is there enough space back here to be climbing on top of these? I think there is, but maybe we should go and do that next. Obviously, we can't have everything made out of ice. That's a nice idea, but everything would melt. I'm melting! And that's just raised a thought in my head. How don't ice skating rinks melt? Are they really made out of ice then? Because you think, I know that they're only up in winter, but there's still sun. How are they all not melt into a crisp? Honestly, I don't know, guys. I really don't know.
All I know is I've now got my little ladder support system going on here.
So ain't no one can be suing me up. And this is actually just giving me a flashback to a build I did years ago, which was like a snow ramp, and then it fell into a trap. Oh God, don't give me ideas, babes. However, I am going to add a few up here, just in case. And yeah, if you guys want me to do a trap video, let me know. But this video is innocent for once, because we've had an awful lot of not innocent videos lately. And oh my God, you know what's crazy, guys? Feeberry commented on my video the other day, and I've told you guys so many times, Amber and Feeberry were literally my childhood baddies. I was obsessed with them. I think I messaged Phoebe like in 2020 or something like, oh my God, I love you so much. So if you're watching this, Phoebe, I love you. Anyway, I'm starting to regret not spawning in some of my custom windows on this plot, because now I'm gonna have to use these. But I suppose you're not gonna be able to tell from a distance. You know, it's okay. I'm gonna fix it with pillars. So we can add either these ones, which are flipping perfect, or we could add these ones, which have lights on them. Deep down, I'm thinking, why not both? Is there any possible way for this one? That one can't even be resized, so that is not my fault. Who says we need a pillar that has them already? We can add them myself. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add maybe 3. We're gonna try and twist them, and then obviously we're gonna make them like blue and cute. And as usual, I've done it again, guys. I've absolutely slayed again.
Another day, another slay. Period.
That is such an easy way to make such a bland wall such as that. Look, just so elegant all of a sudden. And I can already hear the comments, that's too many windows. That's too many. It's not a real house. It's really not a real house, guys. And as you can see, this looks so bad about a backdrop, but now it just looks incredible all of a sudden. I'm immediately going to be adding these same pillars that we have on the outside on the inside as well. And that is for one reason and one reason alone. They're all sticking through and it looks ugly as hell. And then going off either side, I'm going to add the ladies and I'm going to add the gentlemen's toilets. Because another thing that you guys like to comment is that I never add toilets in my builds. And that is true, unless I'm building a house where it's obvious. And I'm actually going to make all the walls in here the ice brick as well, just to add to the atmosphere. Even when you're weeing and you literally have no clothes on, yeah, it's gonna be so fun shivering. And I've just got to check, you can't see inside, can you? No, it's mostly blacked out. And I just remembered we have cubicles in Bloxburg, a wide bathroom stall. If you've got a real fatty coming in here, then you can use that. It is actually perfect. So we've got bathroom stall wall. Why is it like 1.5 blocks? That's really weird. There's just a gap there so anyone can be peeping Tom in. Okay, I guess we're gonna have to have it poking through the wall, which is fine, I guess. Oh my God, why are the doors so short? I've always thought it's like if you get locked in so you can crawl under it. But then you always see those weird videos, don't you, of people like putting their phone over the top and someone just sat there pooping. And then I'm also gonna go in and add some toilet paper. And finally, a plunger, which I've never used a plunger in a public toilet, but then again, I would never dream of doing a number 2 in a public toilet. I get desperate times, sometimes you have to, but I still could never do it. The thought of pooing in public is horrible.
Now, to make this feel a little less like you're in an igloo, I am going to add a little bit of wall trim going around the side. Nothing crazy, and it's still going to be matching the snowy aesthetic.
And also, it looks like there's no floor in here. Oh, there isn't. Now, we need to do the counters. Now, I don't know about you, but the only reason I'm really using a public toilet is to look at myself in the mirror, which might sound vain, but it's actually more of an insecurity thing. Like, I'm insecure my hair has been blown out of place, or I'm insecure that I've got like a bogey in my nose. So I'm going to make sure the people with anxiety have a mirror to look in. So toilets are one thing, but I want this entryway to actually be something a little bit more grand. Therefore, I'm going to be using... Can this last one colour, please? That yellow ain't really vibing. And usually I would be looking at this and being like, that is far too bright. Like, this lighting is ridiculous. But because of what this build is today, it's like literally meant to be all bright and icy. I think I'm going to allow it. And so I have this vision in my head of this back wall being like a massive wall of ice skates. Now, the weird thing is, Bloxburg added ice skates, but it's really annoying because you can't actually pick them up or like use them. The only way to get ice skates is to walk onto a piece of ice, which I guess makes sense. Do you know what? I'm actually going to use roller skates instead.
And we're literally going to be having rows and rows of these from the ground up, and I'm going to try to make them all different colours.
And ta-da! That actually looks so much better than I expected it to. I still think I've made a slight mistake. You know what? Not everything that has to be equals pequals in life. That looks fine. And I know I just said that was lastly, but that's literally nowhere near the last thing I'm adding in here. We've got to add the counter, mate. Otherwise, if there's not a person here to check you in, this whole room will be pointless. And just to add a little bit of class and luxury to the room, I'm going to add some sofas. I know this is more of like giving a hotel grand entrance. To be honest, I don't care. So we're going to head into an old friend called wall decor. How about a giant bow? So the last thing that we have to do now is finish off the ice skating rink that we started and obviously do the entrance. It's gonna have a similar like Taj Mahal style to this. And that's actually one of the places I want to visit the most in this world is the Taj Mahal. So it's gonna be a tunnel going through. Oh! How magical does that look? Stop it. That's so cute. And we're going to have some windows as well, so you can buy tickets from the front or back.
Oh, I guess we should add some Christmas trees.
And so I've added in the little desks with the computers. And I think the last thing that makes sense to go in here is a couple more of the ice skates. Quote unquote ice skates.
What I'm really meaning to say is roller skates in disguise.
I can't shade them too much because they do have some that hang from the ceiling. But slay! So as soon as you come in, you're going to be like onto some boardwalk. Now at the beginning, I don't know if I put this in the video actually, but I was planning on having some food stands. So I think those food stands should maybe be on this piece of plank as you walk in. Because obviously you can't just be shoved straight onto an ice skating rink. There's got to be some sort of pathway. If you want to get to the one at the end, nah, I'm sorry. I'm not joking. You actually have to skate there. And Bloxburg, please may you face these the right way. Mate, don't play games with me, all right? So we're going to have some little seating areas. And do we have tiki huts? Oh, we do. And before you say, that's for summer, change the top to be snow. Now all of a sudden it's for winter. And in these types of places, they are cramped as hell, mate. So I'm going to make sure to add bar stools as well. And then what should this one be selling? I guess, as I just explained, maybe some mulled wine. And I mean, this isn't wine. No, not in Bloxburg, it's lemonade. And then over here, we're going to be serving some chocolate warm. And because apparently everybody goes to these places on dates because they're in happy couples. I'm just going to do tables of 2. But that is actually a pretty cute layout. And then something I've been wanting to add from the start, and I'm really scared I'm going to forget,
is the string lights. These have been in Bloxburg for years, and they were actually, back in the day, literally the only way to get string lights.
No, I'm going to make it a bit darker just so I can see what I'm doing. I'm sorry if any of you are scared of the dark. But do you guys remember earlier how I was like, oh, I don't really like how it stick. We ain't got a choice. Sorry, but we ain't got no choice no more.
20 minutes later.
Okay, after literally 20 minutes, guys, I've came up with this layout, which I think looks all right. But I'm thinking about maybe putting like little like plants and stuff in these middle parts here. But I'm thinking about maybe rather than fences, because it's literally not letting me put fences, I'm thinking about maybe putting a couple of like these trees and stuff. Obviously not this flipping big, because that's ridiculous.
If we make them the smallest that they can go, as you can see, actually looks pretty adorable.
And if we actually just look up the snow, every single item that Bloxburg has in the garden category suddenly becomes snowy.
Shut your mouth!
damn, you really do forget how long it takes to place individual trees. I didn't want to be boring. I didn't want to have trees absolutely everywhere. So this final part here is going to be, you know, at like palaces and stuff when they have like flat hedged gardens.
Basically, that's a little bit what I want this to be like. So I'm generally going to use hedges.
But there we have it, guys. This is my ice skating bonanza. Let's go look around. Oh my God. Where am I? So, my little skaters, here we are outside of the newest ice skating rink in town. I want you guys to comment down below your guesses of the value. No cheating. Let's look. $1 billion. And it actually was, because I started the video with 18 million and now I have 17.
And also, you guys sometimes ask to see the plot data. Oh, only 12%.
For this massive thing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to send a message to my roleplay channel, which if you're not in, guys, go and join. It's on my Instagram. And it's how you get in the video. It's so easy. But whilst we wait for all you chickens to arrive, let's do the tour. So to my left and to my right, we have the reception ladies. And I feel like there would be like 30-year-olds just sat there in their ski equipment, which is actually such a slay look. And then, can you carry these at least? Oh my God, you can. How come I can pick up roller skates, but I can't pick up the new ice skates? I do not understand. Anyway, so that is actually kind of practical because they can actually hand them out to you. And as we discovered earlier, it looks so cool, the view through this tunnel. And as you make it through, we sort of have the little relaxed seating area. You get to sit down with someone and get yourself some yummy snacks. So you want a chocolate? Oh my God, what is that? Why am I putting up my bum hole? Why did I just put that on my bum crack? Anyway, that's the left side. On the right side, we have the juices. Oh, an elf is here. Some people have already started to arrive. Hello. This is one last big look at the ice skating rink empty.
But this is exactly what I dreamt of, guys. Me and all of my beautiful subscribers doing a little bit of ice skating around it.
So the main part of ice skating is literally just staying up. It's the act of not falling on the floor like this absolute stink bomb. It's doing all your cool moves and just looking sexy. Then the other part, of course, is the fun. So if we go over to this ladder here and literally float up, are you guys ready to rumble? Woo! Oh my God! Oh my God! Good thing I added those pillows there. Oh, that's an absolute lawsuit. Do you guys like my beautiful ice rink?
Oh my God, it's so good.
Now, is that somebody in my True Reese's merch? If you guys have not already copped that, cop the merch in my group. But anyway, on this side, we have the sled. Are they all gone? I have 10 sleds here, and they're all gone. Right, I'm having no luck getting any sleds on this side, so I'm going to shake my big batty. I'm going to go over this side. I'm going to try the sleds again, guys. Let's grab this. So if I press use, like here, and finally in here, we have the ice skating shop. And then on this side, we have the toilet. And here's where I can have my big poop, guys. What's everyone doing? Excuse me. But there we have it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this very Christmassy ice skating video. Thank you so much for watching this. I hope you're all having a merry December so far. And I'll see you guys in my next video.